Have you ever looked in the mirror and wondered if there's more to you than meets the eye? What if I told you that you're not just the person staring back at you, but a living, breathing part of the very fabric of the universe itself? This isn't science fiction, my friends. This is the cutting edge of quantum reality, and it's about to change everything you thought you knew about yourself. Today, we're diving into the groundbreaking work of Dr. Joe Dispenza and his revolutionary book, You Are the Placebo. But we're not just talking about sugar pills and white coats. We're talking about you becoming the placebo, a force of nature capable of reshaping your very existence. Dr. Dispenza's work isn't just about understanding these mind-bending concepts. It's about harnessing them to transform your life from the inside out. Think about it. What if you could rewire your brain, override your genetic code, and literally become the architect of your own reality? It's not just possible. It's happening all around us. And by the end of this video, you will understand how you can do it too. In the next few minutes, we're going to unravel the mysteries of the quantum field, explore the true power of the placebo effect, and reveal how you can tap into this cosmic energy to revolutionize your health, happiness, and very existence. We'll look at mind-blowing scientific studies, hear incredible real-life transformations, and learn practical techniques you can start using today to unleash your inner quantum potential. So, buckle up and prepare to have your mind expanded. Because once you understand that you are the quantum field, not just a wave or a particle, but the entire ocean of possibility, you'll never look at yourself or the world the same way again. Are you ready to discover the extraordinary power that lies within you? Let's dive in and explore the quantum nature of reality, where you are both the observer and the creator of your own universe. The quantum field explained. Picture this. It's 1927, and a group of the world's brightest physicists are gathered in Brussels for the Solvay conference. Among them is a young Werner Heisenberg, about to drop a bombshell that would shake the foundations of classical physics. His uncertainty principle suggested that the very act of observing a particle changes its behavior. It was the birth of quantum mechanics, and it would forever alter our understanding of reality. Fast forward to today, and we're still grappling with the mind-bending implications of quantum physics. But here's the kicker. What if these bizarre quantum behaviors aren't just confined to the realm of tiny particles? What if they apply to us, to our consciousness, to the very fabric of our reality? At its core, quantum theory tells us that everything, and I mean everything, is made up of energy and information. That solid chair you're sitting on? It's mostly empty space with atoms buzzing around like miniature solar systems. And those atoms, they're not even solid themselves, but probability clouds of energy. Now, here's where it gets really wild. Remember Heisenberg's discovery? The observer effect suggests that our very act of observing influences reality at the quantum level. It's as if the universe is a cosmic choose-your-own-adventure book, and our consciousness is flipping the pages. But don't just take my word for it. Think about the last time you were in a bad mood. Didn't it seem like everything went wrong that day? Or when you were buzzing with positivity and opportunities seemed to fall into your lap? That's not just coincidence. It's you, the observer, influencing the quantum field around you. As we dive deeper into Dr. Dispenza's work, we'll explore how this observer effect isn't just some abstract scientific concept, but a practical tool for transformation. But before we get there, let's tackle another mind-bending question. If everything is energy and information, where do you end and the rest of the universe begin? You are more than your body. Close your eyes for a moment and ask yourself, who am I? If you're like most people, you might picture your body or perhaps envision your personality traits. But what if I told you that you're far more than that? What if your true self extends beyond your skin, beyond your thoughts, and into the very fabric of the universe? Let's rewind to 1838, when a German physiologist named Theodor Schwann proposed the radical idea that all living things are made up of cells. It was a game changer, leading us to view our bodies as collections of tiny individual units. But here's the twist. What if our consciousness isn't confined to these cells? Dr. Joe Dispenza challenges us to think bigger. He argues that our consciousness is a force that interacts with the quantum field, extending far beyond our physical bodies. It's a bit like Wi-Fi, invisible, yet capable of transmitting information across vast distances. This idea isn't just philosophical musings. It's backed by fascinating research. Take the study of heart transplant recipients who suddenly develop new tastes or memories, as if a part of the donor's consciousness came along with the organ. Or consider the experiments showing that human intention can influence random number generators from a distance. But let's bring this down to earth. Have you ever walked into a room and immediately sensed the mood, even before anyone spoke? Or felt a connection with a loved one, even when they're miles away? These everyday experiences hint at the expansive nature of our consciousness. As we embrace this broader view of ourselves, we open up to incredible possibilities. If we're not limited to our bodies, what else are we capable of? How can we harness this expanded consciousness to transform our lives and our world? Hold on to these questions as we move forward, because we're about to explore how this understanding of our true nature ties into the fascinating world of the placebo effect. And trust me, it's not what you think it is. The placebo effect reimagined. Picture this. It's World War II, and an army nurse named Henry Beecher is in a tight spot. He's run out of morphine to treat wounded soldiers. In desperation, he injects them with saline solution, telling them it's a powerful painkiller. To his astonishment, it works. The soldiers experience significant pain relief from nothing more than salt water and belief. This, my friends, is the classic placebo effect in action. For years, it was seen as a quirk of human psychology, a mere trick of the mind. But Dr. Joe Dispenza asks us to look deeper. What if the placebo effect isn't just about fooling ourselves? What if it's a glimpse into our innate ability to heal and transform our biology through the power of belief? Let's break this down. When you take a sugar pill believing it's medicine, your brain doesn't know the difference. It releases the same neurotransmitters and hormones as if you'd taken the real drug. Your body, responding to these chemical messengers, creates real physiological changes. Pain subsides, inflammation reduces, symptoms improve. But here's where Dr. Dispenza takes it to the next level. He argues that we don't need the sugar pill. We can become our own placebo. Through focused intention, meditation, and emotional regulation, we can consciously trigger the same internal pharmacy that the placebo effect taps into unconsciously. Sounds far-fetched. Consider the case of Mr. Wright, a man with advanced lymphoma who experienced a remarkable recovery after being injected with what he believed was a groundbreaking new drug. In reality, it was just water. When he later learned the truth and his cancer returned, his doctor, not ready to give up, told him he had an even more potent version of the drug. Again, just water. And again, Mr. Wright's cancer went into remission. This isn't just about positive thinking. It's about understanding that our beliefs and expectations are not just thoughts floating in our heads. They're electrochemical events in our brains and bodies, capable of triggering profound biological changes. As we move forward, we'll explore how you can harness this placebo effect without the need for deception. We'll delve into the fascinating world of neuroplasticity and learn how you can rewire your brain to create a new reality. Are you ready to become your own miracle drug? Rewiring your brain, reshaping your reality. Imagine you're a taxi driver navigating the labyrinthine streets of London. As you memorize the complex layout of the city, something extraordinary happens in your brain. The hippocampus, the part responsible for spatial memory, actually grows larger. This isn't science fiction. It's neuroplasticity in action, and it's the key to understanding how we can reshape our brains and, by extension, our reality. For years, scientists believed that the adult brain was fixed and unchangeable. But thanks to pioneers like Dr. Michael Merzenich, we now know that our brains are constantly changing, forming new neural connections in response to our experiences, thoughts, and beliefs. Dr. Joe Dispenza takes this concept and runs with it. He proposes that through focused meditation and visualization, we can intentionally rewire our brains to support new ways of thinking, feeling, and being. It's like being the architect of your own mind, designing and building new neural pathways that align with your desired reality. But it doesn't stop at the brain. Remember, we're quantum beings, and our thoughts and emotions have effects that ripple out into our bodies and beyond. When you change your mind, you're not just rearranging neurons, you're altering your gene expression, your hormonal balance, even the energy field around you. Let's make this concrete. Think about a chronic worry you have. Maybe it's about money, or health, or relationships. Every time you indulge in that worry, you're strengthening a particular neural pathway. You're also triggering a cascade of stress hormones that affect every cell in your body. Over time, this can lead to physical symptoms and even disease. But here's the good news. You can break this cycle. By consistently redirecting your thoughts and cultivating new emotional states, you can create new neural pathways and biochemical states that support health, abundance, and joy. Dr. Dispenza's work shows us that we're not victims of our genes or our circumstances. We have the power to override genetic tendencies and create new realities through the focused application of consciousness. As we move into the next section, we'll explore practical techniques for harnessing this power. You'll learn how to enter altered states of consciousness, visualize your desired outcomes, and literally become the placebo effect in your own life. Are you ready to take control of your quantum nature? Practical steps to harness your quantum nature. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. As you do, consider this. With that single breath, you've just taken in about 25 sextillion molecules of air. That's a 25 with 21 zeros after it. And get this, some of those molecules were once breathed by every person who has ever lived on this planet. Talk about a connection to the quantum field. Now, let's harness that connection. Dr. Joe Dispenza has developed a series of techniques to help us tap into our quantum nature and become our own placebo. Let's break them down. First up, meditation. But we're not just talking about sitting quietly and emptying your mind. Dispenza's approach involves entering what he calls the generous present moment, a state of heightened awareness where you're deeply connected to the quantum field. It's in this state that you can begin to make real changes. Start by finding a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably and focus on your breath. As you inhale, imagine you're drawing in pure, radiant energy. As you exhale, let go of any tension or negative thoughts. Gradually extend your awareness beyond your body, feeling the connection to the space around you and beyond. Once you're in this receptive state, it's time for visualization. This isn't just daydreaming. It's about creating such a vivid mental image of your desired reality that your brain and body begin to believe it's already happening. Imagine your goal in rich detail. If it's better health, see yourself full of vitality, moving with ease and joy. If it's a new career, picture yourself thriving in your dream job. Engage all your senses. What do you see, hear, feel, smell, and taste in this new reality? The key is to generate the emotions associated with achieving your goal. Feel the gratitude, the excitement, the sense of accomplishment. These emotions are the bridge between your thoughts and your biology, triggering the release of chemicals that begin to reshape your body and your reality. But here's the crucial part. You need to do this consistently. Remember, you're creating new neural pathways and gene expressions. It takes repetition to make these changes stick. Commit to a daily practice, even if it's just for 10-15 minutes. As you become more adept at entering these altered states, you may experience some surprising phenomena. Many of Dispenza's students report sensations of expanded consciousness, vivid inner visions, and even spontaneous physical healings. Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, this sounds great, but where's the science? Well, hold on to your lab coats, because in our next section, we're diving into the research behind these techniques. We'll explore the studies that support the mind-body connection and address some of the controversies in this field. Are you ready to see how science is catching up with what mystics have known for millennia? Scientific support and controversies. Picture a bustling laboratory at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. It's 2008, and neuroscientist Richard Davidson is about to make a groundbreaking discovery. He's studying the brain of a Tibetan monk during meditation, and what he sees is astonishing. The monk's brain is showing levels of gamma waves associated with consciousness, attention, and memory, never before recorded in a healthy person. This study is just one piece of a growing body of scientific evidence supporting the profound effects of meditation and mindfulness on the brain and body. From reducing inflammation to increasing telomere length, a marker of cellular aging, the research is compelling. But let's address the elephant in the room. When we start talking about quantum physics and consciousness, things can get, well, a bit woo-woo, and rightfully so. The scientific community is still debating how quantum effects might scale up to influence macro-level events, let alone consciousness. However, the field of quantum biology is providing some intriguing clues. For instance, studies have shown that quantum coherence plays a role in photosynthesis and bird navigation. If quantum effects can influence these biological processes, is it so far-fetched to consider their role in consciousness? Dr. Joe Dispenza's work sits at the intersection of these cutting-edge fields. While some of his claims push the boundaries of current scientific consensus, many of his core ideas are grounded in well-established research on neuroplasticity, epigenetics, and the mind-body connection. For instance, the idea that our thoughts and emotions can influence our gene expression is supported by the field of epigenetics. Studies have shown that practices like meditation can actually turn genes on or off, influencing everything from immune function to stress response. But let's be clear, this doesn't mean we can simply think our way out of serious medical conditions or ignore the advice of healthcare professionals. What it does suggest is that our minds play a much more significant role in our health and well-being than previously thought. Critics argue that some of the more extreme claims in this field lack rigorous scientific evidence, and they're right to be skeptical. Good science requires rigorous testing, replication, and peer review. As we explore these ideas, it's crucial to maintain a balance between open-mindedness and critical thinking. So where does this leave us? Perhaps in a place of excited curiosity. The frontier between quantum physics, neuroscience, and consciousness is one of the most exciting areas of research today. And the best part? You don't need to be a scientist to explore it. You can be your own experiment. As we move into our final section, we'll look at some real-life transformations that have occurred through applying these principles. These stories might just inspire you to embark on your own journey of quantum self-discovery. Are you ready to see what's possible when you harness the power of your mind? Real-life transformations. Let me tell you about Anna. At 42, she had been battling chronic fatigue syndrome for over a decade. Doctors had told her there was no cure, that she'd have to learn to live with the debilitating exhaustion. But Anna refused to accept this reality. After attending one of Dr. Joe Dispenza's workshops, she began a daily practice of meditation and visualization. She imagined herself full of vibrant energy, living the active life she desperately missed. At first, nothing seemed to change, but Anna persisted. 3 months into her practice, something remarkable happened. Anna woke up one morning feeling different. The fog of fatigue had lifted. She had energy, real, sustained energy, for the first time in years. Over the next few months, her symptoms continued to improve until they disappeared entirely. Now, you might be thinking, That's just one person. It could be a coincidence. And you'd be right to be skeptical. But Anna's story is far from unique. Take John, a successful businessman who had struggled with debilitating anxiety for years. Despite his outward success, he lived in constant fear of panic attacks. Through Dr. Dispenza's techniques, John learned to regulate his emotional state. He created a new internal dialogue, replacing anxious thoughts with calm, confident ones. Within 6 months, his anxiety had decreased so much that he was able to stop taking medication, under his doctor's supervision, of course. Or consider Maria, who used these principles to overcome a lifelong struggle with obesity. By visualizing her ideal, healthy self and cultivating the emotions of self-love and vitality, she was able to break free from emotional eating patterns. Over the course of a year, she lost 100 pounds and, more importantly, developed a completely new relationship with her body and food. These stories aren't just about physical transformations. They're about people fundamentally shifting their perception of reality and, in doing so, creating new realities for themselves. Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, but what if it doesn't work for me? And that's a valid concern. The truth is, results can vary. Not everyone experiences dramatic transformations. But here's the beautiful thing. Even small shifts can lead to significant improvements in quality of life. Maybe you won't cure a chronic illness overnight. But what if you could reduce your stress levels, sleep better, or feel more confident? What if you could approach life's challenges with more resilience and creativity? These are the kinds of changes that, over time, can add up to a profoundly different life experience. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with a question. What reality are you creating for yourself right now? Are your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions aligned with the life you want to live? If not, what's one small step you could take today to start shifting your inner world? Remember, you are not just a passive observer of your life. You are an active participant in the quantum field, constantly shaping your reality through your consciousness. The power to change your life doesn't lie in some external cure or miracle. It lies within you. So, are you ready to tap into your quantum nature? Are you ready to become your own placebo and create the reality you desire? The journey starts now, with a single thought, a single breath. What will you create?